Today, let's talk about one of the simplest 8 and 9-figure business models that you can create out there. It's been proven over and over again over the past couple decades since the arrival of the internet, and it's something that me at BIS Media, we are focusing on in as many niches as I can possibly handle. What is going on, guys? My name is Travis Patel. Thank you so much for joining me in today's Kingpinning video. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Now, the email newsletter model is one of the tried and true marketing business models out there. Now, I know so many people, especially those young kids out there, are going to say how email is dead. Gen X or Gen Z or whatever you call your generation is not reading email. But myself, who have built email lists for about 15 years now, can 100% say that email and a continued communication in any form, a list building in any form, I don't care if it's on social media, an email with SMS, it doesn't matter. As long as you're continually communicating with that audience member, you are going to have their attention. And if you have the right type of content, you're driving the right type of client and customer in, you're going to have regular buyers. Email still today is one of my most effective sales strategies out there with the educational content that I create. Now, I want to share with you guys 2 examples of businesses that have sold over the past, I think, 1 or 2 years, who have sold for millions and millions of dollars, and all they did was create an email newsletter. All right, so let's go ahead and look at our first example here. All right, so The Hustle, thehustle.co. I've followed these guys for many years. They're one of my favorite businesses out there. And what they started as was just a simple email newsletter. It's a daily email newsletter that goes over the top stories and the top business news of the day. As you can see on the very front page here, get smarter on business and tech. Get the 5-minute newsletter keeping 2.5 million innovators in the loop. Now from here, it's just a standard website blog. Now The Hustle sold, I think 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half, at I think $35 million. This is in the $30-40 million range with about 1 to 2 million subscribers. And again, when they sold and this was going on, they were simply an email newsletter. Now they combine a lot of the tried and true practices of internet marketing to create a very big success. Now when they sold, I don't believe they had a podcast. I don't think they had YouTube. They had their trends, which is just another newsletter that's specific to weekly trends. They have an analyst and researchers go out and share what's happening in the internet and business world. And those are the trends. But as you can see, this is all just business news. What's going on in business today? What are some interesting stories that we can talk about that innovators and creators and business and entrepreneurs are going to be interested in? And they have writers and all that type of stuff do their little 5-minute newsletter. So this is a very simple model. Now the newsletter side, what's great again about collecting leads, and I prefer emails right now. You can have it as social media leads. You can have it as SMS leads. You can have it as event and local actual people that come in. Whatever it may be, you need a list of people that you can continually communicate with without relying really on the algorithm of social media, and not relying on what Facebook thinks of your group or what TikTok new rules and different, status quo are today. This gives you a much cheaper way to communicate without having to spend advertising and grow that audience attention. And with my business, what I'm really focusing on, the media company, is audience attention. That's what these companies, the hustle.co here, have really taught me, is that audience attention is where it's at. When you have those million subscribers on the email newsletter, and it's not coming from Travis Patel or your personal brand, you can sell that asset, that million people, for quite a bit of money. And who buys these? Large media companies. It was like, not BuzzFeed, but one of those large media companies out there, conglomerates, kind of like what we saw with Barstool Sports when they were bought by Pendant Publishing for $350 million. Now, Barstool Sports is more on the buzz side, more on the hype side, the pop culture type of side, sports, gambling, adult industry, all those type of viral topics. That's why they hit that 9-figure mark. Now, The Hustle is more focused on business, which allows quite a bit of affiliate opportunity, sponsored opportunity, lots of money to be made with what you can promote in the business world. Now, The Hustle, what I love about it is those tried and true practices where They are simply an email newsletter, but they're also taking advantage of search engine optimization by having a simple blog here, consistent content that is of high quality, and then they added in these other things that are very popular today, like I've talked about many times: podcast, YouTube channel, I think HubSpot's there who bought them. That's why I see HubSpot on the top here. Now, they usually have a singular product that's included with this. That's part of the business structure. So Trends is kind of their product that they're selling. I don't know if they actually have a paid membership for the Trends. I believe they do, but it's also a free newsletter on top of the Hustle. But again, it's more about those trends. But these blogs are just kind of the simple SEO style content creation, constant audience attention setup that, you know, we've done for decades now that we know have success. So that is their business model. Look how simple this blog is, where they have just the top stories of the week or what's going on this month. They've got an opt-in on the right. They have their short little story here in the page. They have their opt-in right here. They have recent posts, and they have their daily podcast show promotion. Nothing difficult, nothing that a everyday entrepreneur and internet marketer couldn't do on their own. It's just about that consistent quality. Now, I saw a bunch of podcasts with the owner and the creator of The Hustle, and he was doing a lot of different educational content, a lot of different angles to how he was creating content. And he said that when he started delivering news within the business niche, that's when his business really blew up to the 1-2 million subscriber mark. And that's allowed him to sell this company for the 30-40 million that he was able to. Now, to just kind of prove how this is effective, the creator of The Hustle, his partner, he created Milk Road, which is the exact same model, except in the crypto market. Now, what's cool about Milk Road is that within 7 or 8 months, they generated 150,000 subscribers, and he sold this for multiple millions of dollars. Now, it wasn't the 30 million range. It was under 10 million, but I think it was like 4 to 7 million he sold Milk Road for. And that is in 8-9 months of creating this newsletter. Again, the exact same thing. Get smarter about crypto. Join 250,000 subscribers and get our 5-minute daily newsletter on what matters in crypto. Just doing the social aspect. Twitter is big in crypto, a little bit more than the business angle. So you want to include Twitter, whatever your relevant social media stuff is. Here's our blog aspect here. They've included the Greed and Fear Index, which is a big part if you're investing in crypto and Bitcoin. And it's the exact same model that they have going on that The Hustle use. And both of these in the past 2 years have sold for multi-million-dollar amounts. And that is because the audience attention. The crypto angle here was great because it's very specific. That's an individual niche. You could do this with any market out there in any industry. Become the news provider. This makes it very easy on creating content because you don't have to come up with things on your own. You're kind of just looking at what's happening, what's going on in the market, what's going on in this industry. Let's share it. You know, you could have a whole newsletter on what is Alex Hormozi doing, and just talk about the news of the companies he's investing in, the things he's looking at, the things he's doing, and that's almost a newsletter. Now, it's not maybe a 7-figure newsletter, but you get the idea of what I'm saying. Focus on that industry, and you can build these 7-figure, 8-figure audience attention newsletters that are simply email newsletters that get sent every day. You can have it weekly, you can have it daily. Obviously, the more content you're producing out there and keeping that quality, the more audience you're going to generate and keep, and the audience attention you're going to garner, which is going to be the value in the long run. This business model right here is one of my favorites. It's what I'm looking to replicate as much as I possibly can when it comes to my media company. And I'm looking to have a few of these sell for 7-8 figures down the road, or use it as a conglomerate sale, kind of like Barstool Sports did, where we are hosting and managing, producing multiple brand personalities that are in different niches. And we are building those, again, that massive audience attention across these different industries. That is where the publishing and the media companies really find value. That's how you're going to be able to sell this at a big high dollar. So guys, hopefully you enjoyed this one. This is a simple business model that literally anyone can set up today. I'm doing it in the AI market right now because of how big the booming AI market is. And then we're also doing it in the business angle as well, just with Kingpinning here. Set up a new newsletter just today. We're calling the Kingpinner. So it's going to be 5-minute daily newsletter on just the tactics, the strategies, and the news that's going on within the internet marketing world. We'll kind of work it out, fix it a little bit. We don't have a blog or anything on that nature, but that's where we're headed, one step at a time, and we'll be able to build these easy businesses that can generate 7-8 figures down the road. So guys, if you like this one, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button. We'd love to have you here. We'll be diving into many more business models that are generating 7, 8, 9 figures, because that's where we're trying to head. We want to have that 8 and 9 figure sale, because then you're just kind of able to do what you want with your life and what businesses you want to build. That's really the goal in what we're kind of creating here. So once again, guys, Travis Patel here. Thank you for joining me. See you in the next one.